Paul and Mike Tyson.
In the world of combat sports, few matchups ignite as much excitement and curiosity as a face-off between generational talents like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Both fighters come from distinct backgrounds but share a common thread, an unyielding desire to dominate the ring. Their heated encounter not only highlights their personal animosities but also serves as a reflection of the evolving landscape of boxing and celebrity influence.
I don't know if he's in his prime, he's fat. He should be lean and mean, he's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day. He's fat. I thought, did you start training already?
Buster Douglas was fat, am I right?
I know, but you're no Buster Douglas. He's not gonna win. He can't even knock out Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is 40 pounds. How's he gonna knock me out?
Jake Paul, a YouTube sensation turned professional boxer, has rapidly ascended the ranks of the sport. Known for his brash personality and willingness to take on established fighters, Paul has carved a niche in the boxing world by promoting himself as a serious competitor rather than merely a social media star. His victories over former MMA champions like Ben Askren and Tyrone Woodley have stirred debates about legitimacy in the boxing community, yet his knockout power and impressive training regimen have earned him respect among fans and critics alike. On the other hand, Mike Tyson is a boxing legend whose name is synonymous with power and ferocity. As the youngest heavyweight champion in history, Tyson's reign in the late 1980s is marked by a series of explosive knockouts and an intimidating presence in the ring. After a tumultuous career that included legal troubles and personal challenges, Tyson has made a remarkable comeback, participating in exhibition matches and maintaining a significant presence in the boxing world. His wisdom and experience contrast sharply with Paul's youthful bravado, setting the stage for an intense face-off.
What's the other guy? Anderson Silva. He didn't get knocked those little guys. How you gonna knock me out? Who did he knock out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't knock out, never knocked out a real man. Come on. I can't even get mad at this guy because everybody know this guy's talking out of his ass. And stealing money. I'm up here just stealing money fighting him. Well, just come to the fight and you'll see. Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn has described the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson headline bout as dangerous, irresponsible, and disrespectful to boxing. At 58, former heavyweight champion Tyson hasn't stepped into the professional ring since 2005, while 27-year-old YouTuber turned boxer Paul boasts an impressive record, winning 10 out of his 11 professional fights. Hearn plans to attend the event at AT&T Stadium to back Katie Taylor in her highly anticipated rematch against Amanda Serrano, though he insists he'll depart before the headliner. The reality is that 20 years ago, when Mike Tyson retired from the sport, he was shot, completely finished, the Matchroom boss told BBC Sport. He added, "It was actually sad to watch then 20 years ago. Tyson, a native of Brooklyn, made history in 1986 at just 20 years old by defeating Trevor Berbick to become the youngest world heavyweight champion. A year later, he edged his name further into the record books by becoming the first fighter to hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles at the same time. Despite Tyson's exhibition match against fellow veteran Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, Eddie Hearn, who sat alongside Iron Mike at an event in Los Angeles this August, foresees the comeback ending in heartbreak. I'm in awe of him. He's one of my favorite ever fighters, one of the greatest of all time, but he's a 58-year-old man," Hearn added. He said, "You only need to speak to him and look at him to know this guy should not be in a ring again." The upcoming bout, set to take place at the 80,000-seat stadium that houses the NFL's Dallas Cowboys, is a professional showdown governed by a series of stipulations. Jake Paul, at 27 years old, is 31 years younger than Mike Tyson and has primarily faced former UFC fighters throughout his boxing journey. His only loss to date came in February 2023 when he was outboxed by British fighter Tommy Fury. Despite their different ages, he has defended his decision to face Tyson, arguing that his expertise levels the playing field. However, Hearn, who filed a defamation lawsuit against Paul following the American's October 2022 allegations of bribing boxing judges, with a court date reportedly scheduled for this month, stands in opposition. Hearn said, "If I was Jake Paul, I'd just feel a little bit embarrassed, to be honest with you. It's a liberty. This is dangerous, irresponsible, and in my opinion, disrespectful to the sport of boxing." The two were originally set to face off on July 20th, but Tyson suffered an ulcer flare-up, causing the fight against the YouTuber to be postponed. Hearn added, "That was the moment they should have realized that this was actually a bad idea. Everybody loves a dollar bill, including me. But sometimes the green-eyed monster can make you some bad decisions, and I think this is one of them." Hearn recognizes the widespread commercial potential and broad audience appeal of the Tyson vs. Paul fight, set to stream live on Netflix. With 20.8 million YouTube subscribers and 26.8 million Instagram followers, Paul is quite active on social media. Serrano's boxing career has soared since her collaboration with Paul. She's now signed under his promotions company and regularly appears on the undercards of his fights. Notably, Paul played a pivotal role in securing the groundbreaking 2022 Taylor bout at Madison Square Garden, marking a historic moment in the sport. Even if Hearn disapproves of the main event, he defends Matchroom fighter Taylor's participation on the show. In what is possibly the biggest bout in women's boxing, Puerto Rican Serrano will take on Ireland's undefeated light welterweight champion Taylor. In a lightweight classic that will go down in history, Taylor, 38, defeated Serrano, 35, by split decision. Hearn said, "We received a massive offer for Katie. I'm not going to tell her she's not allowed to fight on that card. Financially, it's the biggest purse of her career. I won't be watching the main event. We'll be there defending the belts, and then I'll be off." The anticipated showdown has ignited intense discussions, particularly following the release of a recent video featuring the legendary former heavyweight champion. In the clip, Tyson exhibits impressive speed and strength, but keen-eyed fans have spotted an unsettling detail that has raised concerns. Iron Mike, celebrated as one of boxing's all-time greats, held the title of undisputed heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990. Yet, the relentless march of Father Time proves that no champion is immune to its effects. Numerous experts and fans have raised alarms over Tyson, now 58, preparing to face an opponent 3 decades younger. Initially set for July, the bout has been rescheduled to November 15th due to Tyson experiencing a flare-up of a stomach ulcer. Following a mandated hiatus from training, Tyson has re-entered his preparation phase, yet he had kept his training sessions under wraps until this past Friday. Although his latest video highlighted his signature power and agility, it instead sparked concern among some fans rather than providing the reassurance they hoped for. Prior to his health scare, Tyson was known for sharing training videos that showcased him at his absolute peak. The latest footage gives the impression that he has returned to that top form. Yet, keen-eyed fans have noticed that the clip isn't as recent as it appears. In reality, the movie included previously shot training footage that was shot weeks prior to his health problem. In it, Tyson is seen working the mitts with his trainer in the ring. Alongside the caption, "Final stretch, less than 50 days left." His fans reacted swiftly, with most expressing their admiration for Iron Mike and confidence in his ability to triumph over Paul in the upcoming fight at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
Follow me, tell me if you feel
However, some remain skeptical. Tyson's most loyal followers showered him with praise and support. However, others were more skeptical. Despite worries from fans and skepticism from experts, the fight remains on the calendar for November 15th. That day, Tyson and Paul will confront one another, and the world will discover whether the baddest man on the planet still possesses the skills to prevail. Before Jake Paul fights Mike Tyson next month, boxing enthusiasts feel he is too heavy. In a strange twist, Paul has been bulking up and training with a prosthetic belly, seemingly trying to show fans that he isn't approaching the fight with the seriousness it deserves. After sharing a video of his latest sparring session, Paul faced backlash regarding his current weight, especially considering his past appearances in the cruiserweight division. He's preparing to make the jump to heavyweight, gearing up for a bout against former undisputed world champion Tyson. This fight could see him bulk up by as much as 30 pounds as he prepares to perform in front of a crowd of up to 90,000 spectators. Jake appears solid with some added weight, but truthfully, he shines brightest at 190 pounds. Fans also pointed out various criticisms, particularly highlighting that Paul's sparring partner hardly engaged during their brief session. There was some praise for Paul, but the best of it came from his own former coach BJ Flores, who said, "That jab to the body sets up a heavy right hand all day. Great punch selection. Insane pace for a heavyweight." Paul has faced criticism for his decision to fight 58-year-old Tyson, especially considering the significant 30-year age difference between them. Tyson hasn't stepped into the ring since his lackluster draw with Roy Jones Jr. Jr. in an exhibition match 4 years ago. Before that, his most recent fight ended with him retiring on his stool after 5 rounds against Kevin McBride in 2000. Although Paul may never reach the remarkable heights of Tyson's career, he has been more active since making his professional debut in 2020. He boasts an impressive record of 10 victories out of 11 bouts, with his only defeat coming at the hands of Tommy Fury last year. However, since that setback, he has rebounded brilliantly, securing wins against Mike Perry, Ryan Borland, Andre August, and Nate Diaz, positioning himself for the most significant fight of his career. The two fighters have vowed to deliver a knockout, but numerous analysts contend that Tyson's prospects are slim unless he secures a decisive blow within the first 2 rounds. They will face off in 8 sessions, each lasting 2 minutes, using oversized 14-ounce gloves. Tyson Fury's younger sibling triumphed over Paul in February 2023 in Saudi Arabia, marking Paul's only defeat in his boxing career thus far. Tommy Fury managed to withstand a late knockdown and secured a split-decision victory, primarily relying on solid fundamentals to outmaneuver Paul's less experienced style. After the fight, he was questioned about the American's strength, a trait often lauded by those he has sparred with, and a significant reason why the upcoming Tyson match has faced scrutiny. However, Fury seemed unfazed, stating in an interview with Fight Hub TV that he had endured much harder hits in the past. He said, I've been around this job my whole life, I've sparred a lot of people, been in the ring sparring some real punchers. His power wasn't anything that was worrying me at all. That's why I had my hands down, I wasn't really that bothered. That's it really. He's a good strong lad, but he's not the hardest hitter that I've ever fought. Fury's track record primarily features journeyman fighters, along with a couple of inexperienced prospects. Despite having to delay their first matchup due to a health concern, Tyson appears unfazed, firmly believing he can bring Paul's career to a decisive close. About a month ahead of Netflix's debut of a 3-part series showcasing his training for the match against Paul, Tyson is reportedly grappling with the notion that he's too old to be stepping into the ring with the problem child. Critics suggest he should focus on enjoying a quieter life at home rather than putting himself at risk by fighting. Tyson told Fox, "Forget what my wife and kids are like thinking about just this one moment. Just stick with me and don't feel sorry for me. Don't worry about me. That's all." Tyson, the iconic heavyweight champion who revolutionized boxing during the 1980s, expressed last month that the prospect of battling Paul ignites his passion for the sport. Despite this enthusiasm, his family, comprising his 7 children and wife, Lakiha Spicer, has been urging him to reconsider, cautioning that taking on the 27-year-old fighter, who boasts a competitive record of 10-1, may not be the wisest choice. The clock is ticking for Iron Mike's family to convey the message that the chance for $1 million showdown against Paul in Arlington, Texas, might not be worth the risks involved. Ultimately, the choice lies with Tyson himself, and as expected, he appears resolute in his determination to face the challenge head-on and put an end to Paul's provocations. Prior to their bout next month, Jake Paul has been informed that Mike Tyson ought to be billed as the main attraction. Even though he's recognized as a heavyweight in the boxing world, the promotion of the fight as Paul versus Tyson has sparked outrage among fans. With a professional record of 10-1, the problem child lacks significant experience and has yet to face off against the elite athletes in the sport. One individual who has been left flabbergasted with the event being dubbed Paul versus Tyson is the 58-year-old's friend and MMA manager, Ali Abdelaziz. Speaking to Kevin Iol, he said, "Listen, if I'm fighting Mike Tyson, I want Mike Tyson's name to be first. Nobody knows who Jake Paul is. Jake Paul went to a PFL event and got booed out of the building. Nobody gives a shit about Jake Paul. He can't sell 100,000 pay-per-views. The only reason he's using Mike Tyson to be relevant, he is irrelevant." He added, "Let's be real, honestly. If it was me, I'd never want to fight somebody who is older than me. But Paul is weak. He wants to prey on somebody older. But I never doubt Mike Tyson. He trains with my friend Rafael Cordero. They're having a great camp, they keep pushing it. And guess what? I'm all the way for Mike Tyson." Tyson has recently disclosed that he had difficulty walking after finishing 6 rounds of sparring, raising further alarms about his health as the fight approaches. The American fighter has openly described himself as a junkie and has shared that he smoked marijuana daily, in addition to microdosing magic mushrooms to aid his recovery between training sessions prior to his last matchup against Jones Jr. On the other hand, Joe Rogan has expressed his concerns regarding Tyson's health, contemplating how the iconic boxer might perceive the prospect of returning to the ring to battle Paul at this point in his life.
Months and months and months of this.
I just want to see something other than those mitts.
Does he dismiss the? Does he wish he didn't say yes to it?
How's his health? How's his back? How's his
He
knees?
seems to be having fun when he's promoting it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he seems to be
It's
into it.
probably on mushrooms, bro.
He remarked on how much Tyson seemed to relish the excitement of promoting the matches. It was an enviable position for him. If he faced defeat, people would attribute it to his age. However, a win against Paul would only enhance his already illustrious legacy. Rogan shifted the discussion, labeling Mike Tyson as a beast, and emphasized that if Tyson managed to close the gap and unleash a devastating combination on Jake Paul, it would be an unforgettable moment to witness, with Paul visibly rattled.
You know, I think he's like any other young up-and-coming boxer. It's just everybody dismisses him because he's a YouTuber.
For sure. It's easy to dismiss him, but I was there when he knocked out Tyron, and I was like, man, I'm done with this kid. I never wanted to corner another fight in my life, man. I was like, yo, he just knocked my boy flat out on his face, man. I was heartbroken.
It's certainly one of the most captivating clashes in the annals of professional boxing. This raises an intriguing question. What method would the baddest man on the planet use to land a decisive knockout? Thankfully, Rogan has a definitive response to this inquiry. As the dialogue unfolded, Rogan noted that Tyson had the potential to knock Paul out, particularly if Paul made a misstep that allowed Tyson to bridge the gap swiftly. Yet, Rogan also recognized the formidable obstacles Tyson confronted, emphasizing that Tyson possessed a wealth of attack strategies etched in his memory, strategies that surpassed everything Jake Paul had ever grasped about the sport.
At the end of the day, Mike Tyson's a monster, and if he can get that monster to just move in and close the distance, and if he uncorks a boom boom on Jake Paul and watch Jake Paul go into Queer Street, that will be wild. To watch a 58-year-old Mike, that would be best case scenario for the world.
I agree.
For sure.
Worst case scenario is,
yeah.
The upcoming bout has sparked considerable backlash, with numerous boxing luminaries asserting that it shouldn't occur. One iconic figure in the sport, Larry Holmes, weighed in on the impending match. Holmes, who battled Tyson in 1988 and endured a fourth-round TKO loss, shared his insights during an interview with USA Today. He said, "I'll bet a quarter on Mike Tyson. The upcoming Tyson versus Paul event promises an exhilarating showdown for the undisputed super lightweight championship as Katie Taylor faces off against Amanda Serrano. Fans will also be treated to a thrilling WBC welterweight title bout featuring Mario Barrios and Abel Ramos. At the same time, Jake Paul has received a firm warning as he approaches his highly anticipated clash with legendary former world champion Mike Tyson. At the age of 27, Paul celebrated a notable victory over former UFC fighter Mike Perry in July. In the meantime, Team Tyson has been ramping up their rivalry, launching some pointed remarks at Paul. A promotional video released recently featured someone from Tyson's camp stating definitively, "We're not looking to throw just one bomb. We want to throw missile after missile." One of Tyson's trainers explicitly stated that Jake Paul wouldn't stand a chance if a fight happened right now, which served to reinforce this theory. If the fight were today, Jake Paul would be done. He added, "He throws missiles, not just one bomb. The bombs, they come one after another." Concerns over Tyson's health have surfaced as he recently confessed, "It's hard to walk right now, but 2 months from now, I'm going to be perfect. The fight is won in the gym. Listen, I'll do anything that will help me. I'm going to enjoy my time here tonight with all my childhood friends and the hell with Jake Paul." The boxing community is alive with a whirlwind of reactions after Tyson unveiled training photos in anticipation of his imminent clash with Paul. His commitment has come under scrutiny due to a startling revelation that has taken many by surprise. On Jimmy Kimmel's show, Iron Mike boasted about his rigorous regimen. "I am training extremely hard. I do 6 hours a day. I start at 11 a.m. and might leave the gym at 5 p.m. A bewildered Kimmel responded, "Oh no, 11 a.m.? So that's 6 hours straight, or is there a lunch break?" Tyson conceded there's a brief intermission, leaving Kimmel astonished. Oh no. The drama is increased by Tyson's admission that he may have used drugs before the bout because failing a drug test could result in the loss of his boxing license. During their discussion with Kimmel, Tyson was asked if he would be high for the bout. When asked if he will be high for the fight during their interview with Kimmel, Tyson responded, "I'm going to be so high off life, yeah." Probing further, Kimmel asked, "Will you be high on marijuana as well?" Tyson didn't rule it out. "That's a possibility too." Kimmel half-jokingly lamented, "Oh no, my bet is getting lower as we talk." Tyson's bold statement certainly turned heads, but the authenticity of his intentions before the fight is up for debate. Should he choose to consume cannabis prior to his match with the problem child, he risks losing his eligibility, as the Texas Commission has a stringent ban on marijuana use. The Texas Department Department of Licensing and Regulation warns, if either combatant were to test positive for a banned substance, we would open a complaint, put them on a 90-day suspension, and if the combatant were the winner, the decision would be changed to a no decision because of a rules violation. MMA manager Ali Abdelaziz has revealed intriguing details about Mike Tyson's training routine as he prepares for his much-anticipated clash with Jake Paul. A close associate of the boxing icon, Abdelaziz confidently states that Tyson, now 58, is in peak fighting condition. He said to Kevin Isle, "Listen, as far as I know, his training camp is going good. He's feeling amazing. I would like Mike Tyson to put a hole in his head. But in a way, who are we to tell Mike Tyson not fight?" Additionally, Joe Rogan has sparked a debate within the fighting community with his comments about Mike Tyson's upcoming match. The well-known UFC color commentator has frequently voiced his concerns about the baddest man on the planet. He has previously lauded Jake Paul for his impressive power, particularly following Paul's victories over tough competitors such as Mike Perry and Anderson Silva. However, the situation appears to change with Mike Tyson. Growing apprehensions regarding Tyson's age and health issues have led many to question the former heavyweight champion's chances of winning. Weighing in on Tyson's age, Rogan said, "I wish it wasn't a thing where a 58-year-old guy was going to fight a 28-year-old. That said, I totally support his desire to do it. There's no denying that Tyson ranks among the most formidable boxers in history. If Tyson's devastating hooks find their target, Paul could find himself in deep trouble." Rogan's remarks ignited a storm of criticism across social media among fight fans. A significant portion of them expressed doubt that Tyson, at his age, could stand up to the problem child in the ring. Once Rogan's statement surfaced on Instagram, the combat sports community swarmed the comments section, unleashing a wave of disapproval aimed at the 56-year-old podcaster for his defense of both fighters. Numerous fans shared their thoughts on Tyson's aspirations. A match against someone like Jake Paul promises a lucrative payday, and given Tyson's star power, the financial rewards from such a clash would be astronomical. The former boxing champion was keenly aware of this truth. Some fans even referenced Rogan's comedic career, lamenting that his stand-up performances fell short of expectations. Mike Tyson is making waves in the boxing arena again. Recently, surfaced training videos capture the iconic heavyweight delivering punches with a force and precision that defy his years. This footage has sparked speculation about a possible matchup with Jake Paul, igniting a wave of excitement among fans online. Tyson's unyielding power and polished skills serve as a powerful reminder of why he remains one of the sport's legends. Jeff Fennick, an experienced boxer who played a pivotal role in helping Tyson navigate his defeats against Danny Williams and Kevin McBride in 2004 and 2005, is unfazed by Tyson's current health or his capacity to compete at the age of 58. Fennick believes that if Iron Mike adheres to the strategy, he can secure a swift victory. Fennick expressed, "I do not doubt if Mike takes it easy and doesn't try to punch at the same time, he will win. If he makes Jake Paul miss, Mike will knock him out in a couple of rounds 100%. I spoke to Mike. I told him what I felt. Hopefully, he'll listen to me. We said the same thing anyway. If he does what he said, then I have no doubt he will knock him out. He'll have no problem." Boxing trainer Freddie Roach offered a tepid assessment of YouTube sensation Jake Paul's abilities, describing them as merely adequate. This evaluation comes as Paul prepares for an eagerly awaited showdown with boxing legend Mike Tyson next month. 2 years prior, Paul visited Roach's wildcard gym in preparation for his fight against Silva. In a recent interview with Fight Hype, the celebrated trainer reflected on the burgeoning American talent. "The kid's okay, a club fighter. I don't know him personally and I've never really met him." He added, "He was in my gym and wondered if they could use the ring and I said, go ahead. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one."